I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Hey legends, just a heads up, there will be spoilers in today's episode. Once again, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the show or you haven't seen it in its entirety, please skip today if spoilers bother you. If not, let's jump in with today's episode. Hey guys, welcome back to On the Bubble podcast. My name is Josh. Today we're going to be talking about 4 things that I loved across 6 seasons of CW's Supergirl. In the next episode, we're going to be talking about 4 things I didn't love about the very same show. So if you've seen Supergirl and you have thoughts about the show, season 1 through 6, we're talking about the entire run of the show here, or a specific episode or arc, please let me know at Joshua C. Liston in all the places online. My email's in the show notes where you're listening. Let's jump in. The first thing I loved, the consistency of Kara, or Supergirl's, morality across all 6 seasons. She was always trying to do the right thing. And her methods at times were pretty impulsive and even out of control, borderline out of control, perhaps is a more polite way to say that. Certainly more so than Superman's or even Martian Manhunters. But at the heart of the matter, she always had solid morality. And I didn't realize I needed that, but having watched all 6 seasons through twice now, I really appreciated that character was solid and reliable from a moral point of view across the entire run of the show. Number 2, the casting of Alex Danvers, portrayed by Kyla Lee, and Mon-El, portrayed by Chris Wood. Both absolutely perfect casting choices. No matter what each of these characters was doing on screen or how they were behaving, and in the case of Mon-El, early on, he was behaving very poorly a lot of the time, I couldn't help but feel for them. There was a lot of emotive acting on Supergirl, but rarely did it hit you right in the gut like it did with Alex or with Mon-El. Also, and I will add this note, the introduction of Esme in Season 6 had me wanting to burn down the frickin' universe for that little legend. The introduction of Esme, top choice for Season 6. One of the few good things about Season 6, which I'll get to in the next episode. Number 3, and this is probably the thing I enjoyed the most about the show, having watched it a second time, was Lena Luthor's arc. Lena was one of the few characters on the show that continued to change and evolve throughout the series, and that evolution wasn't driven by narrative convenience or the creation of faux drama. It was a natural progression and a challenging progression for one of our, what came to be, core characters. Lena wasn't always a smooth or likable character either, which they're sometimes the best characters. Her intellectual brilliance combined with her obsessive drive to build an identity for herself outside of her family's name, the Luthors, led Lena to make some pretty questionable decisions, let's be honest, throughout the series, and to keep some pretty massive secrets. So I'll go as far as to say that Lena wasn't just stealing scenes on a regular basis. She was making episodes on a regular basis. So Lena Luthor's arc was the thing I loved most about Supergirl. And number 4, and this is something I only realized the second time through, it wasn't as obvious the first time I saw the show. The White Martians are cool and very intimidating. It was great to see a recurring, true threat, both physically and psychologically, to our core characters. A type of antagonist where Supergirl couldn't just overpower them and beat them down physically. She had to use every tool in her arsenal. She had to rely on her team. It all had to come together to defeat even a single White Martian on Supergirl, let alone when there was multiple White Martians. That was just hectic. So, once again, I loved Kara's morality. Alex Danvers and Mon-El were perfect casting choices. Lena Luthor's arc was my favourite thing about the show in retrospect, and the White Martians, so scary and awesome. Once again, guys, if you've seen Supergirl and you'd like the show, or you didn't like the show, I guess, reach out to me. My socials and emails in the show notes today. Thank you to the Gunna Geek Network. Once again, thank you to you guys. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.